Welcome back to News Beats, and from your election central, the NPP flag bearer, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, has selected the Energy Minister, Dr. Opoku Prempeh, as his running mate. Well, it is not yet being made official. Sources at the presidency indicates that the Vice President has informed President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo of his choice. But what does the largest opposition party, NDC, make of this pair? Are they shaken by any news? Mustafa Gbande is a Deputy General Secretary for the party, and he joins us via Zoom. Mustafa, thank you. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Annie.
Well, so I can say that the whole of the country was waiting on Dr. Bawumia since it is the ruling party. We wanted to know who was going to be made. It hasn't been officially, as I said earlier, but it's been presented. Are we now on the same plate, or you still want to wait for the formal announcement?
Well, I think that, thank you very much. We did expected that this name will come out because Napo is the money bag of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. We all know that. We also do know that the only way MPP can believe that they can afloat is to use the people of Ashanti region again. And so let's go and pick any liability from Ashanti region for the purposes of political expedience and regional representation so that we can make up the numbers. They have forgotten that if you look at all the implication of the micro effects of all the by-elections held in Ashanti region, clearly the people of Ashanti region have nothing to show. The people of Ashanti are business-minded, if we all know. And so most of the small businesses we have in this country are owned by people from Ashanti region largely. They are more impacted and affected when it comes to the unbearable economic conditions or crisis of this country. If you go to development, in the last 7.5 years, Napo has been a cabinet minister. From implementing a bad educational policy. Free senior high school is a good policy. The NDC endorsed it. We've started it in one form. They've implemented it in another form. Today, the whole country is crying because it was poorly managed, implemented. Napo, again, is the Minister of Education who awarded 84 million Ghana cedis wildfire contract to a contractor who never went to the senior high schools. And of course, there are no computers in the first place for the wildfire to function. It was under Opoku Prempeh. This is the same guy who comes from Ashanti region, being part of cabinet in the last 7.5 years. The people of Ashanti cannot boast of a single development. So therefore, they will continue to use Ashanti region to back their bad political practices, such as the one that we have seen under President Akufo-Addo, by extension, vice by Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and his cabinet, which Opoku Prempeh have always been one. In the Ministry of Energy, today, Opoku Prempeh has nothing to show as a track record or intellectual capacity prudence to his ministry. He has not been able to solve a single energy problem or take responsibility for any. Will you then risk your life, risk your country to make such a character come close to governance at the apex of authority? The answer is no. Clearly, he doesn't have track record. Clearly, he's not known to have been a source of any solution as a minister, except to the fact that he is hot-headed, except to the fact that he talks by heart, very arrogant publicly. This is the choice of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Is, putting square pegs in round hole. I would have been much surprised if Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia selected anybody different from Dr. Opoku Prempeh, because he cannot appoint anybody better than himself. That is what you see. And so, in our case, we have a mother, a female, an intellectual who has a track record, if you want to compare, to be a running mate. Reasonable, very calm, humble, with candor. But on the other side is an epitome of arrogance. God is delivering us from an arrogant, corrupt old man, only to give us another arrogant young man. Never in the life of this country are we going to prioritize these things. Look,
right, it's a game of politics. You must have a long list of what you think of Dr. Bawumia, but I mean Matthew Opoku Prempeh. But as we say, you have to be on the ground to know what exactly the people think and who they think they want to choose as their leader.
Yeah, yes, and you know, I'm a grassroots practitioner. If you can ever rate me any day, I am on the ground. The feeling of the ordinary Ghanaian is that we have a problem for which a solution must be given. Ghanaians believe that where we find ourselves today, there's a problem with poverty, there's a problem with quality education, there's a problem with standard of living, there's a problem of corruption. We must deal with these problems. You cannot take empty-headed people, you cannot take incompetent people to go and sit in a room or a table where a solution is needed. And so that is the problem. The problem is that Ghanaians are looking for a solution to the problems that we find ourselves in. And if you want to solve that problem, will you then take people who lack sense of responsibility? Will you then take people who have no track record to show? We all know what Matthew Opoku Prempeh is. Apart from the fact that the vice president is running away from responsibility, we have a minister who says that, yes, I can see that there's a problem, but I can give a different meaning and a different title to the problem. That is his solution. This is comedy. This is child play. And I know that the feeling of the grassroots is that we want solutions. The people of Ashanti region cannot continue to be used as a cover-up for badly behaved politicians. In fact, where we are today, where President Akufo-Addo took all of us to ransom, you can largely blame it on the people of Ashanti region who gave the MPP majority votes to be in power. Are they going to allow themselves for history to hold them responsible for the bad practices, badly behaved politicians?
But it's the same person. It's the same person as a minister that spearheaded the movement of the gas pipeline to Kumasi, the Chobo, to improve, of course, power supply in the area. And so I'm sure the Ashantis will have a different opinion than what you're sharing.
No. The plant was bought under President John Dramani Mahama. And the plant was functioning in Ghana. It was only decommissioned and relocated to the central belt. Whether it's been taken to Ashanti region, whether it's been taken to northern region, I will not be part of that conversation. But the conversation we are having is that it's not different. And we can go and put you, a journalist, at the Ministry of Energy and ask you to sign a memo decommissioning or demobilizing and recommissioning of a plant from one place to the other. That is not performance. In any case, apart from commissioning or taking a plant from one place to southern belt, is that the whole thing? Is that all that can be done for the people of Ashanti region? Don't we still have Dumso?
Right.
So the plants that are functioning are the same plants that we still have. They haven't added a single one.
Right.
It's just recycling of the same problem.
Right. Mustafa, thank you. We'll leave it here. Thank you for your time. Mustafa Gbande is a Deputy General Secretary for the NDC, now aspiring Member of Parliament for the Ayawaso West Wogon constituency. John Seto Domelo says the NDC will win the 2024 general elections despite the decision of the NPP flag bearer, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, to make Matthew Opoku Prempeh his running mate. According to him, there are cracks in the NPP, which the choice of Napo further muddies the waters. He spoke to my colleague Zoe Anitode.
It's a much more easier path. Now, electing or selecting Napo as the running mate. Well, I don't know if it's been confirmed yet, but if it is indeed confirmed, it gives us a much easier path to victory, and so we don't mind whoever is selected. Once what we know is that victory is upon us, and apart from that, I think even him being selected, it would deepen the cracks in the MPP because, of course, other people had other candidates. Other people wanted other people to be their running mate. And so we are just hoping that more cracks will be deepened in the MPP for us to, sail through and be victorious on the 7th of December.
What peace message are you carrying out there, or what efforts are you making in promoting peace during the election as campaign has started?
I've always been a very peaceful person, and Ayawaso West is a constituency that is noted for election disturbances, and so we don't want to repeat that in 2024. And so I'm just urging other parliamentarians, other parliamentary candidates that, come December 7th, we should all be peaceful. We should have peace at the back of our minds, in the middle, in front, so that we just deliver the seat, of course, for the NDC in 2024. But
now, some Ghanaians across the country have been reacting to the news of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's partnership with Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh. Here are some of them.
President and President Akufo-Addo so yesim say esemni na abe stand for president there and we as Ashanti region so am gidi say ebeboa